Hello, and welcome to this training video on effectively using EBSCO databases. My name is Paul Page, and I'll be your guide today. EBSCOhost is a leading provider of research databases covering a vast array of subjects, from academic journals and books to newspapers and magazines. EBSCO has just released a new interface that may be unfamiliar to you. This video will help you navigate these new features so you can effectively search for the resources you need. By the end of this video, you will hopefully be able to understand the different types of EBSCO databases, conduct effective search strategies using keywords and advanced search techniques, refine your search results using limiters and filters, access full-text articles and other relevant resources, and how to cite your resources properly using different citation styles. At Deltec we use APA, so we'll be focusing on APA. You can access EBSCO by going to your student portal, clicking on Library tab, scrolling down until you see the EBSCOhost link. It's important to note that EBSCO itself is not a database. EBSCO is an information service that the library subscribes to give you access to databases. The databases included in our subscription can be found right here in EBSCO under All Databases. There are 19 databases that we have access to, and each does something a little different. These first two, Academic Search Complete and Master File, are interdisciplinary, so they do a little bit of everything. They do health, they do political science, they do some psychology, some sociology, so a little bit of everything. The health-related databases are located here, the CINAHL, HealthSource, and Medline. They focus strictly on health-related topics. Education is found here, business sources here, newspaper, which would give you access to regional newspapers, are located here. We do have an ebook collection through EBSCOhost. We have two environmental related databases. We have a reference ebook collection, an open source, open access ebook collection, and a small business ebook collection. To begin searching, you'll want to enter your search terms in the search box. Remember to only use the most essential keywords. That way your search is much more efficient. Let's try one. Let's look for the topic political violence. As you notice, as I begin typing, the autofill feature will give you subcategories of your search, things to think about. I don't see what we're looking for, political violence, so I'm going to go ahead and type it out. Here it did autofill some other areas of political violence, and let's look at political violence and social media. So searching for political violence in social media resulted in 263 resources. This is a mix of newspapers, magazines, and ebooks. Now remember, in EBSCOhost, the databases, not everything is the full text. Some of these may just give you a synopsis of what the resource is about. If you wanted to limit your search to just full text articles, click on full text, and now it shows that of that 263, we now have 100 resources that are full text. You can also limit to peer-reviewed, meaning academic sources. You can limit it by date range and source type. You could come and just do academic journals, magazines, news, ebooks, but usually it's enough to just enter peer-reviewed. That way you pick up all resources that are academic, if you wanted an academic resource. So limiting our search to full text and academic sources, we have 21 related resources, a mix of academic journals, probably mostly academic journals, but you may have a book resource, ebook resource in here as well. If you wanted to limit this further, you could actually come up to all filters and then add further limiters, including the source terms, which gives you other ideas to search for. Language, age, maybe you're looking for a certain age group or a gender or geography, certain area of the world. You could limit it by these. We're going to just leave it right now. Since 21 is a pretty good number to search through, we're going to leave it our search alone. So we found political violence and social media, full text articles that are academic, and here they are listed. Let's open one and take a look. Gives you the title of the article, what it's published in, the date, and these are the authors. You can scroll down and read an abstract about what this article is about, or you can go right to the Access PDF. And here's the article right here. At this point, you can download it, you can save it, you can print it out, whatever you prefer. Let's go back to that search again. Once you've chosen something, you can actually there are a few more options you can do. You can cite, shows you how to cite this feature, this article. Since we use APA, we're going to pull up APA 7th edition. And here's your citation for your reference page. Just a word of caution, EBSCO often makes errors in these citations, so look at these very carefully before you just pop them in and submit them to your instructor. You have some further options here. You can actually add this to a project. You can share this with your instructor or a peer. You can download it. If you wanted to add this to a project, what you would need to do is create an EBSCO account, a personal account. Once you have an account, you can then add this to a project and then you can name your project. And this will save this under your name. Remember that if you go back into EBSCO looking for this article, looking for your account, make sure that you log in again so you'll have access to your projects. One additional feature is you can actually save this, not into a project folder, but just save it as you're doing your searches. Remember that if you wanted to access all your saved materials, you would have to log in and then save it, and then make sure if you come back another day, make sure that you're logged back in, and then your saved articles would be there. So it really is to your advantage to go ahead and create an EBSCO account. Once you have one, like I said, you do have access to folders and saved projects, but you can also, through your dashboard, you could look at your recent activity, you can hold or check out materials, and you can set up an alert. What an alert does is, let's say you're looking for political violence in social media, and you know that you have some time, you can set up a search alert, and it's going to, if new articles do appear, new ebooks do appear, with this as a subject, as the keywords, it will alert you to those additions. So that's a really nice feature. So I would recommend going ahead and signing up for an EBSCO account. Let's return to our search screen and look at a few more options. When we did our initial search, we were just searching in the basic search function. If you prefer, you could actually add an advanced search feature. What this will do, it'll take your search terms and you could narrow it to a field. Maybe you want this as a subject term, which would be more specific, or you wanted to see if these words, you want to make sure they show up in the abstract, meaning that article, if it's in the abstract, then that article is probably focused on social media and political violence rather than just mentioning it sometime in the article. You could also limit by, let's say you know some authors you're looking for, maybe the title of an article you're looking for, or a source. Maybe you know the journal or publication name and you want to search for that. You can limit that here. You could also come and do a custom range, date range, and you could add limiters to each specific database. So there are quite a few features that are available to you as you search for resources for your project. I hope this overview of the new EBSCO interface has been helpful. Remember to contact your Campus Library if you need more help or you want to see more search options. There are some more limiters that we can do in these searches and a few other techniques that may be helpful. Thank you and have a great day.